yeah, feelings of disappointments. Yeah. So when I look at it from the NEWEX approach, which is more like from a non-dual way of approaching life and yourself and what is happening. Non-dual means actually that we are more taking the position of an observer and having less in mind of the happenings, just like I want to achieve this and I don't get it. Yeah. So then how can I still get it? Which is on the level of normal life still also very valid. Yeah, very valid. But to change the energy of what Naomi also was talking about, in order to understand better of what disappointment actually is. Our very first disappointments that we have experienced as children is like the trust that we had like in our parents. Yeah. And then our parents have a different kind of idea of what we need, perhaps of what we thought ourselves of what we need. And there are certain emotional aspects, I call them basic needs, people who know that, you know, like encouragement or feeling valued or appreciated or care or those kind of things. And we feel that we should get them. But of course, our caretakers have their own idea about that. The very first person that we really say, like, trusting that they will give us what we expect or what we give, they give us what we need, because that is disappointment. You need something and you don't get it. That's the very basis of disappointment. You need it and you don't get it. Yeah, the teacher wants the students to succeed. The success of the students is the success of the teacher, but he doesn't get it. Yeah, but the origin of the pain of disappointment and why we find it so important is to understand that it's always, when we are disappointed, is we are not getting what we need, but not getting what we need is translated in our system as we are not loved. We don't get the attention. Yeah. So, and that means like, I don't get what I need. I don't get that attention. So that means I am not loved. If you feel it as a rejection, and as a child, not getting what you need is also a matter of not being able to truly survive. Yeah? Depending on the age, it's already like within the first year. Yeah, the disappointments take place. You don't get what you need. So being disappointed means also directly we are not getting what we need, meaning we are not loved. That is a tail that is in it. Feeling then not getting what we wanted means I'm not loved, meaning I won't get what I need ever, and I am at danger. The intensity of disappointment as we experience it, and when we are changing the energy towards the other one, why don't you give me what you need, comes forth out of a child consciousness where we felt that we have the right, that the other one has to give us what we need. Yeah? And in normal life, nobody can demand from anyone else anything, because we are on the same level. And we cannot demand anything. Anything that we get as an adult is a gift. And in order to get a gift, we need to also accept that the other one has a choice to give that gift or not. Yeah, we cannot demand the gift because we don't have the right to do so. So when we now are going further and we understand where it actually comes from, then we also know that the students, that they don't give us what we want, has nothing to do with our desire to be loved. So when we have a deeper understanding of ourselves, yeah, why we are disappointed and the whole tale that comes with it, it is much easier for us to have a kind of observing presence in us where we see like where this disappointment comes from. Yeah. And that we say like, okay, but now I'm a grown-up person. I'm not depending on someone else's attention in order to survive. Yeah. And then we can get a distance to it. And that is also allows us to see perhaps the bigger picture in life. Because like in what do we trust? Yeah. In order to say like when we don't get what we need or what we think that we need, yeah, and that we are, let me say, transcend the fear of that we will not survive because our needs are not met, we can decide in what do I want to trust and to transcend that. And that can be that we want to trust in life, perhaps, just say like life has a positive intention, perhaps for me. Or some people believe that everything has a purpose, and that there is a bigger picture behind it. And we trust in life. Yeah, and then say like, yeah, I don't get what I need, but I might also not understand what is really going on, but I trust that things will be fine. And I trust that I can handle what is happening. And perhaps it is with the purpose that things are not going as I need them to go. Yeah, and that they frustrate me and they bring me in this child mode of that I really feel like, oh, my needs are not met and things will go very wrong. But we can also believe, like, for example, oh, everything that happens seemingly, God has a bigger plan. Perhaps we believe in God, or perhaps we believe and trust that everything is love. Everything is love. Yeah. And so that also means that a loving intention is behind of the actions of the other ones, and that we are all souls serving each other. So we can just decide by ourselves, like what truth do we want to believe? Yeah, what is it when we transcend that? Yeah, and we want to believe a certain truth, and we connect with that one. This gives then the peace inside of us, leaves us with this fear of that my needs won't be met. We are leaving the child consciousness, and then we can approach also other people in different ways, like Naomi was saying, when we are transcending that child mode aspect inside of us. So connecting with disappointment, with a higher purpose, or to choose in what you want to trust in, which is a on a higher level than the circumstances that are happening, and also at the same time chunking down. Yeah, so going on a deeper level or lower level where we are really children, and knowing where this disappointment comes from. It's the deepest fear that our needs will not be met. I don't get what I want. Yeah, and we are projecting it into all kinds of situations in life when we don't get what we want. Yeah, and then it's like, I'm not loved. I will never get what I need. And then I cannot survive. And that is a deep lying fear, also why we sometimes cannot really overcome that. Yeah, and then we have these two ways of how most people deal with with disappointments. They start to distrust. They don't want even to want anything anymore because they don't believe that they will get it at all. Yeah, so they stop desiring, they stop really dreaming, they stop really wanting something because they fear the disappointment so much that they say, so I rather expect the bad thing to happen than the good thing. Yeah, that is one way. And then the other way is how we deal with it is also often that we try to control. So we try to kind of doing it by ourselves and trying to install systems that people will not disappoint us, and rules and all kind of stuff that we try to install in order not to feel that disappointment. And so that is on a life level where how we often deal with it. Yeah. And here tonight I want to share with you, or wanted to share with you, the third way, and that is to connect with something higher that we want to trust in, and to see the bigger picture of it. And what you take as a source in it doesn't matter, actually, because we are not talking necessarily about truths, because also you are not a child anymore, but you're still kind of referring to it. So you can choose also to decide on what you want to trust in, which goes beyond the circumstance. So that is how I would like to approach disappointment.